Good evening, everyone. Today we are myself Yashwan, and I am from Vishaka Trail Running Association (VTRA). And on the 6th and 7th of December, we are organizing the Ultribe Paderu 5th edition. So I'm here to describe about briefing of. Okay, now I will go from the 100 km briefing. I will start with the 100 km briefing. The BIP collection for the 100 km will be on 5th evening of December, and there will be a course briefing on 5th also, and 6th morning also we will be distributing the BIPs, and briefing will be on 6th of December also. Uh, and coming to the race, on 6th afternoon, 2 o'clock, the race will begin for the 100 km runners. And the route map for the 100 km runners. The run starts at the Lunar Resorts. This is our venue partner. And from the Lunar Resorts, you have to take a left, and you have to travel towards the Vanajangi Peak. Vanajangi Peak, around 3.6 kilometers. We have our first hydration point. Around 3.6 kilometers, we are having our first hydration point. From there, we have to move towards Kottavalasa. There, we are placing a volunteer to guide you, and from there, you need to move towards 11 kilometers mark. There will be our second hydration point. For the 100 km runners, we are planning a pacer for the 100 kilometers runners, and we will be placing volunteers for every 3 to 4 kilometers for the night sections. And from the 11th kilometer onwards, the next hydration point will be around 20 to 22 kilometer, in between 20 and 22 kilometers. And the third hydration point will be at Vantala, and the fourth hydration point will be at Bangarametta, around 34.2 kilometers. And the runner should pass through the forest, and they have to reach the 38-kilometer mark. There will be a pit stop, and from there, the runners have to climb the Vanajangi peak. There, we will place a volunteer. They will note down your bib numbers, and from there, you have to get down the Vanajangi peak. You need to come back down, and you need to go back to the start point where it is a 44-kilometer mark. You can drop your bags there at the start of the run, and you can change your dress or shoes and etc., and you will have a dinner there. The 44-kilometer, you can have a dinner, and from there you can start again. And from at the Gurupalli, you will have one hydration point, and you need to move forward. And from there, here, Tamarapalli, Tri Junction, you will have one more hydration point. From there, you need to again go through this route around between Chidipalem and Tiyagada. You will find a pit stop, and from Tiyagada to you need to move to Mandigaru Junction. There you can find a hydration point, and after the 62 kilometers hydration point, the next hydration point will be around 72 kilometers, 10 kilometers. After 10 kilometers, you will find the hydration point. From there, you need to move towards Samtala, which you have already been there. This is the second time you will reach this hydration point. From there, you need to climb this peak, and you have to reach Kottavalasa. From there, you need to reach this Y junction. This is the third time you are reaching this hydration point, and from you need to climb one more peak, one more peak, and get down. From there again, you need to climb the Vanajangi peak. from there from K and you have to come back towards Bangarmetta, and you need to travel back again to Vantala. This is the third time you are reaching this hydration point. From there, again you have to climb this peak and reach Kotavalsa. From there to Wise Junction. This is the hydration point there, and you need to come to this finish line. This is the total route for the 100 km runners, and we will provide dinner at 44 kilometers for the runners. Lunch at the between 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock there will be lunch provided at the start point, and dinner will be at the 44-kilometer mark, and breakfast we will provide around 9 a.m. in the morning, and after that we will provide lunch around 12 to 2, in between 12 to 2 o'clock for the 100 kilometers runners, and we will provide hydration points. There you can find bread, bananas, uh, and oranges, etc. There. This is the total route for the 100 km runners. Now let me move to the 50 kilometers map. Now coming to the 50 kilometers, the race started the race started. Uh, The bib collection will be on 6th from morning 10 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock, and the briefing for the 50 kilometers will be on 7 p.m. in the evening, and early morning the race will start by 5 a.m. The race will start around 5 a.m. Runners have to start from lunar resorts, and they need to move towards the right side. First hydration point. The first hydration point is at Gurupalli. The first hydration point is at Gurupalli. From there, the runners have to move towards Tamarapalli Tri Junction. The second hydration point is around 9.2 kilometers, and the third hydration point is 62 kilometers mark. There we will provide breakfast for the 50 kilometers runners. At the 17-kilometer mark, we will provide breakfast to the 50 kilometers runners. From there, the 50 kilometers runners have to move towards Pedavalasa. There, around 27 kilometers, we will provide hydration, and from there towards Vantala Junction. There, the runners have to climb this peak. The runners need to travel towards Kotavalsa, and they need to go to this Y junction. The Y junction is around 46 kilometers. From there, the runners have to climb Manajangi Peak 2. After completion of the Peak 2, they have to climb the Manajangi and get down, come back to the Y junction, and they need to move to the finish line. The total elevation for the 50 kilometers is 2586 meters, and the cutoff time is 12 hours. Intermediate cutoffs will be posted in the group in few days. We will provide starting early morning breakfast around 4 o'clock, and around 9 o'clock we will send breakfast to the one Sangam around 17 kilometers mark. This is the total route map for the 50 kilometers runners. Now coming to the 25 kilometers runners, the race starts again at the Lonar Resorts. The bib collection for the 25 kilometers runners is on 6th of December from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the briefing will be after 7 p.m. for the 25 kilometers runners, and the race starts 6 in the morning. The 25 kilometers cutoff is 7 hours and the elevation will be around 1255 meters. The runners have to start from the lunar resorts and take a right turn and move towards Gurupalli, which is the first hydration point. Around 5 kilometers mark, the first hydration point will be coming. From there, the runner should move towards Tamarapalli, the second hydration point. They should move towards Vanugapalli. After 12.5 kilometers, the runner should take a U-turn and they should come back to this tri-junction called Tamarapalli. There can find another hydration point. From there, the runner should move towards Bangarametta Junction. Bangarametta Junction. From there, at Bangarametta, the third hydration point will be there. From there, the runner should move towards Vanajangi Peak. After climbing Vanajangi Peak, they need to get down to the Y junction and to start point. The intermediate cutoffs will be posted later in the groups. The breakfast, the 25 kilometers breakfast will be provided early in the morning around 5 a.m. and after the run also the runners will be provided with breakfast. Now let me share the 10 km map. For the 10 km runners, the total elevation will be 611 meters. The start for the 10 km runners is 7 a.m. on 7th December. We are going to provide breakfast for the runners before the run and after the run also. The start point is Lunar Resorts. From there, the runners have to move towards Gurupalli 5 kilometers mark. There they can have a hydration point and they need to move towards 10.5 5.5 kilometers and they need to come back the same way. The total cutoff time for 10 km runners is 3 hours. Now coming to 100 kilometers runners, the mandatory list will be posted in the groups. and will be shared through email soon. I request Amit sir to give you some tips and transferring to Amit sir. Amit sir.
Thank you, Yashwant. Thank you for giving this insight into the maps for various race categories of Ultribe Paderu and uh, and the tips for preparing for Ultribe Paderu. I was told to give a small talk on it. Uh, for people who are pro, people who have run this sort of races, I don't intend to share Gyan. It's just that whatever I know, I will share my bit with people who are new to this game. Uh, and as I have learned from people who are running behind before me, I hope you will gain something from whatever I have learned over a period of time. So preparing for Ultra Paderu, things to be kept in mind are one, it is not a road race. Elevation is demanding. You would have heard Yashwant saying the 10K elevation is 611 meters. So people from Vizag, you know that if you run from Beach Road to the Rishi to Kailashgiri Hill, that elevation that you will get will be around 300, 350 meters. So you can understand the type of difficulty that will be involved in uh, scaling this sort of elevation. The terrain is in sectors is very, very technical. You need to be prepared for that. And all this demands one, effort, two, energy, third, time. And more important, there has to be a plan. So, what I believe when I prepare for trails is that train for terrain. You know what terrain you are going to encounter during your train, and if you train for it, you will not have any surprises which will leave you in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so for people who are in urban setups like I am, and most of us are, find urban trails. There are small trails available in Vizag. I request you to train there. You get that reflex section of the foot comes automatically if you train for it, and it helps you during a technical trail. And the second thing is do the distance. If you think that you can run, if you're a 10K runner and suddenly you come to Paderu and you will do 25K and will not feel fatigued after that, you are mistaken. You need to be doing at least 20-25K in the plains to come to Paderu and then do a 25K there. And then with a pinch of salt and a little bit of humility, accept that it will leave you fatigued and the time that you will take will be much more than the time that you take otherwise. So come prepared. At least, at least for long distance runners, at least do at least 50% of the distance that you are registered for. Because failing to plan is planning to fail. So you must plan. I request all of you to see the map. Yashwant has done a wonderful job today. He's discussed the maps threadbare. Uh, the elevation charts are given along with the map. I request you to understand the elevation and the technicality of the trail. And then what you can do is break down the entire distance that you're running into sections. This is specifically more important for 50K and 100K runners. I request you to break down your section into maybe hydration point to hydration point. Understand what sort of trail that you will encounter, uh, how much will be the elevation, and how much time will you take, and give yourself a fair amount of leeway. Don't keep very, very hard targets, because if you are not meeting them, then suddenly you find that your race has gone out of hand. So keep that in mind, and then negotiate each section accordingly. Okay. Uh, then what you need to do is, once you have broken down your race into sections and have understood that, and then you have made a plan to negotiate each section. Then you marry your rests and your nutrition breaks. Where do you want to have your major meals? Where do you want to sit down and have a 2 minutes break? Or where do you want to, refill your hydration pack? These sort of things you need to plan accordingly. This will reap you very, very rich dividends when you are actually doing the run. The next thing is plan your nutrition. It is one of the most important things. Train with what you intend to run with. Uh, you heard Yashwant saying, Ultribe Paderu is very good in, they're very generous in, providing very good nutrition at the hydration points. So generally you find bread, peanut butter, bananas, jaggery, uh, and mm, dates at most of, and it's mostly it is natural stuff. They don't give you a lot of artificial things, gels and all that are not available. That's a great thing to do for a trail. So you can plan your runs when you're doing your training runs. You can plan your nutrition accordingly. You can train for the nutrition also, so that will not give your gut a surprise. Suddenly, if you're not trained to run on bread, and if you eat bread, you may feel gastric. It may set you back a little. So I would request you to not put in your gut for a surprise, and train for what is available in the race. Most importantly, gear, especially for the long distance runners, for the 50K and 100K, gear is a very, very important thing. If you do not have proper gear, proper protective gear, and gear which is required to negotiate the trail, you can land in trouble. And it is not only for Paderu, you go to any trail. If you do not have a proper trail gear, you can land into trouble. You can lose the way, you can have a fall. So for a trail runner, it is very, very important to have proper gear. Most important, and the first thing that come to mind is that even if you think that you're going to have 1 hour of dark or even half an hour of dark, it is absolutely important, imperative to have a headlamp. Headlamp will help you to see your way while your hands are free. So in case you lose your foot, your hands are free to support yourself, and you're not found wanting in a situation like that. Headlamps absolutely important for anybody who is running even 30 minutes in dark. It doesn't weigh much. It does not cost much. Uh, Please carry your headlamps. Uh, let's start head to toe. So after that, headgear. If you can run with a cap, nothing like it, but it is better to protect your head in some way. There will be places in the trail where there'll be shrubbery, there'll be thorns, bamboo, which can scrape your head. So please have a headgear on. Your have fully covered body. Your arms and legs should be fully covered. If you want to run in a t-shirt, have a sleeve, arm sleeve, and if you want to run in shorts, have leg sleeves. Very, very important. There's enough shrubbery in the area. It will scrape you. It will leave bruises. Just not worth it. It'll slow you down, and just not worth it. So run with full sleeves, limbs covered. Trail shoe is when you talk of running trails, you have to have trail shoes. I would not even recommend a 10K runner running Paderu without a trail shoe. There are certain sections where in very, very small areas, but still, there are certain sections where you may lose your footing if you do not have adequate grip. So if you think that with your Nike Vaporflies, which you run in on the beach road, if you can use those to run a 10K or a 25K, I would not recommend that. And especially for a 50K and 100K runner, please do not do that. Even if you want to have a carbon plate, use a trail carbon plate. There are enough available in the market. Uh, Personally speaking, I would prefer a better grip, a solid grip. I would compromise and carry a few hundred, extra grams at the as weight of my soul, but an absolutely uh, fresh grip and a strong shoe is very, very important for any trail run. And when it comes to Paderu, it becomes all the more important given the conditions of the trail that you will face there. Uh, I would recommend all of you to, especially the 50K and 100K people, to carry a hydration pack at any given point of time. You should be carrying at least 500 ml of water on you. So between hydration point to hydration point, the distance I believe is not more than 7 to 8 kilometers. So you carry enough water between that in those 7 to 8 kilometers. You will use about 500 ml water. But by the time you reach the next hydration point, please refill your hydration pack. In case you get missed, if you lose your orientation, if you lose your path, you have enough water and have at least 500 calories on you, so that you have strength and energy to negotiate your way back into the race and find your path. Uh, Dropbacks, I think for 100K, there's a dropback at 44K when they will come back to the starting point. So it is important to very, very wisely uh, make a dropback and know exactly what you will be requiring in your dropback. Uh, a spare pair of shoe is definitely recommended, especially for 100K and 40K. Maybe your shoe, if it gets worn out, if it's a new shoe, there's a chances of it getting damaged. Uh, have a spare shoe there. If you do not require it at 44K, nothing like it will stay in the drop bag. It's not going anywhere, but have a spare shoe. A pair of sock is very important. Even if your sock is fresh, you don't feel like it is important. Just change the sock. You will feel fresh. Your feet will thank you for that. Uh, have spare batteries with you. You would have used batteries by then. Your headlamp would have exhausted part of your batteries. So I would recommend that you change batteries and be ready for the remaining section of the night. So and your own nutrition if you want to. That if you are particular about something, you can pick it up from there. Uh, and by the time you finish your 44K, it will be middle of the night. So maybe a extra layer of clothing, a wind cheater or a slight thin jacket, whatever you want to carry. Think over it. What do you want in your drop bag? Have a drop bag which is distinct, mark it properly so that it's easy for you to find it and for the volunteers also to, get it for you. So having a drop bag sorted out is important. Emergency contact numbers. You should have on you the contact number of the race director and the key personnel like Yashwant, Ravi, and others who are involved in Sitaram, who are there to help you for the race. So, in case you are lost, you are not feeling well, there is some untoward incident, you can contact them. Have those numbers with you, not on on your phone, but also on a piece of paper somewhere nicely kept, so that it can be pulled out in case your phone battery is drained out. So these is important. Have your emergency contact numbers available with the race organizers. It is important they have them. Uh, Also, if you have any health condition, it is important you declare it. Even if you have taken a doctor's uh, clearance to enter into the race, it is important that you declare your race condition to the organizers so that they are prepared for it. They are aware that there is something like this which is there and adequate help can be given to you. God forbid if it is required. Uh, but all this goes into the planning. Uh, Again, uh, when it comes to execution, best made plans do not pan out. They don't work out. There is always a hiccup here or there, but so that's why you should be ready to improvise. Supposing you have, planned that the first 7 kilometers I will do in 30 minutes or 35 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever. And if it doesn't work out, don't worry too much about it. improvise, see what you can do, how you can build up your buffer, and how you can, take up the next section. Uh, so be ready to improvise. Uh, Before the race, one day before the race, double check your gear. Uh, 3 to 4 days before the race, especially for 50K and 50K and 100K runners, 3 to 4 days before the race, I recommend you start carb loading. Uh, Immediately before the race, I do not recommend you having a major meal. Your last major meal before the race should be at least 3 to 4 hours before the race, so that it is digested and system is clear and is ready to go. Before the race, have a minor meal, a small meal of about 500 or calories, and then you are ready to take on the race. Before the race, check your gear, see that your shoes are there, your head lamp is there, your shoes are in good condition, your gear is all there, you've filled your hydration pack, you stuffed in your calories, and uh, I'll repeat again, about 500 calories and about 500 milliliter of water should be there on you all the time, especially for 50K and 100K runners. Last but not the least, run your race. Do not run somebody's race. Somebody is running too slow. Do not get dragged. Somebody is running faster than you. Do not start chasing him. This is a trail. Uh, they can be unforgiving in more ways than me and you will know it. So run your race and try to find company, especially for the dark hours. Uh, get chatting. Life is a race, but Ultribe is not. Ultribe is your run. So enjoy the run, make friends and memories, and last but not the least, enjoy Ultribe and have a good time. So what I said earlier, I will repeat it once again. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So I would request all of you to plan your race before you come for Ultribe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Yashwant.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Comment Amit sir, for your valuable insights. Uh, and I am going to be the hydration supply and volunteers lead for the race day. So anyone having any doubts can reach out on the Ultribe group, Ultribe Paderu WhatsApp group, or through Instagram. I will be available. And thank you all the runners for registering to Ultribe 2025. I wish all the best for everyone. Train well, travel safely. If anyone have any doubts, you can post in the group or our official WhatsApp group. If anyone is not registered and not a part of our group, please reach us through Instagram or www.vtra.ron. See you all at the start line. This is Yashwant signing off. Thank you.